Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
It's just things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candies.
What is up, everybody? This is Hobbs Horror back with you with another review for Dollar Tree Theater. That's right, Dollar Tree Theater is a segment where we discuss movies we get from the tree, and for an added kickback, if it's a movie less than $1.25, if you want to throw those into with the mix, we do that as well. This is a movie I got to do a shout out to Mr. Bones for. When you guys look at this movie on the outset, does this look like a movie myself and Mr. Bones would be like jumping off out of our minds to watch? It really doesn't. But damn, was I wrong. Just looking at this, I'm like, man, you know, will this truly have my interest? This movie, let me just tell you, is an hour and 41 minutes long. It came out in 2020. It gets like a 5.6 on IMDb. Starring Catherine Langford and the great Charlie Plummer. Charlie Plummer is an up-and-coming actor. I couldn't agree more with Mr. Bones. This guy's going places. He's a young River Phoenix. He's got it all. This movie is a spontaneous, explosive love story. Literally, the kids are in high school, and they're in middle class, and they start to blow up. And I'm not talking about, like, bubble gum or anything like that, pops. I'm talking about they're in their fucking seats, and they blow up. Blood everywhere. Nobody knows why. Meanwhile, these two, Maura and Dylan, are having conversation. She gets a message from him saying, you know, I've had a crush on you, or whatnot. So they finally have time to discuss this whole thing. And they kind of start to fall in love a little bit. Meanwhile, she's with her friend Tess, who's kind of like, you know, right now, probably shouldn't be thinking about this, but, you know, it's not a bad idea to talk to him. Her friend Tess is like, gives her straight answers about stuff, like doesn't pull punches. So Maura and Dylan start to fall in love and start to get to know each other a little better. Meanwhile, all this stuff is happening at their school. People are dying off and exploding. Nobody knows why. There's even one kid who wears a hazmat suit. Still explodes. So that you still don't know why people are exploding. No definitive answer as of now why kids are exploding. The kids are then quarantined to see why they're exploding. Still no reason as to why they're exploding. They're having just no explanation whatsoever. And they're all friends, and there's even a case where they're at this football game and one of the popular football players ends up exploding. Which I have to say, the effects were outstanding in this. I mean, if this movie would have came out in the 80s, it would have been just as fun. But they did very good with this. There might be some CGI with it, but I mean, it was done correctly. So getting back to the film. So basically, they're falling in love during this kind of feeling of impending doom situation, kind of like a pandemic, where everybody's dropping off in their class. But it's not really happening to anybody outside of the school. At least not to my knowledge, unless I missed it. But so I'm just going to leave it at that, as they have to find a way to survive and figure out what happens. Now, let me give you my thoughts. This movie blew me away. Mr. Bones was absolutely right. I needed to watch this as soon as possible for a reason. The acting was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. These two kids are going somewhere. It is considered horror. It's considered a horror film. It has drama. It's a love story. I will not go into the ending, but the ending really makes you think. I will say this. I think this movie is not necessarily about the movie. I think it's about the message in the movie. That you gotta live for today. And that, you know, metaphorically speaking, shit happens every day. And you gotta live for the moment. I think that is what this movie truly is trying to get to the viewer. I'm not going to say whether or not they figure out what happened or not, why people are blowing up, because I want you to see this movie and see the culminating ending. Is there a reason they blow up? Well, you can find out for yourself when you watch Spontaneous. If you see this at the Dollar Tree, don't pick up one, pick up more than one. Give them to your friends. Everybody needs to see this movie. This director that did this movie, I don't know what else they've done, but this movie was brilliant. I want to thank Mr. Bones for suggesting this for Dollar Tree Theater. I'm going to suggest this to everybody. If you've seen Spontaneous, please don't spoil it in the comments, but let me know your thoughts on it. Again, wonderful acting, a wonderful story, a true message, and true explosions. People explode. Also, the soundtrack has some great music in it too. Some 80s, some 70s, some 60s music. Really, really well documented comedy scenes too. Just very good. Just very good. I could go on for days about Spontaneous, but man, what a ride. Catch up with you guys later. Go check out my buddy, my homie, Mr. Bones. He knows his stuff. That's why he suggested me Spontaneous. This movie, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 on the Boglin scale. That's right. Only the second movie I've done a 5 out of 5 on this year. Perfect movie. Peace.
Welcome to the house on the A6 block. I'm just chilling on the porch in my chair I rock. I'm your host Jimmy Biggs with the ghoulish clip. The only light outside is the full moon lit. Welcome to a world mixed with evil and good. If you ain't plan on staying, then you misunderstood. This ain't a nightmare, the figment of imagination. Step inside and the house will awaken. Skeletons play the piano.